Hello, my name's Mike Demaro, and I want to welcome you to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. Today's topic I'm going to be talking about is another one of our Autism in the Media videos episodes. And the story is, with this one, is that a letter was sent from a mother to a grandmother that has a grandson on the autism spectrum. The letter was hateful. The letter was disgusting and disturbing. And it was something that I'm not happy with. I read it and I was not happy with it. And then saw the story on the website, the news website that was on in Canada. And it's hateful. It's hurtful to all the people that belong to the spectrum, who are on the spectrum, and to all the parents out there whose children are on the spectrum. This is hateful to see this, and to me it's just sad. People just don't understand about autism and Asperger's, and yet they want to get away with it, But anyways, here's the letter. To the lady living at this address. I also live in this neighborhood and have a problem. You have a kid that is mentally handicapped, and you conscientiously decided that it would be a good idea to live in a close proximity neighborhood like this. You selfishly put your kid outside every day and let him be a nothing but a nuisance and a problem on everyone else with that noise, polluting, wailing he constantly makes. That noises he makes when he is outside is dreadful. It scares the hell out of my normal children. When you feel your idiot kid needs fresh air, take him to our park, you dope. We have a nature trail. Let him run around those places and make noise. Crying babies, music, and even barking dogs are normal sounds in a residential neighborhood. He is not. He is a nuisance to everyone and will always be that way. Who the hell is going to care for him? No employer will hire him. No normal girl is going to marry/love him. And you are not going to live forever. Personally, they should take whatever non-retarded body parts he possesses and donate them to science. What the hell else good is he to anyone? You had a retarded kid. Deal with it properly. What right do you have to do this to hard-working people? I hate people like you who believe just because you have a special needs kid, you are entitled to special treatment. God. Do everyone in our community huge a favor and move? Or, wait a minute. Do everyone in our community a huge favor and move. Vamos. Scram. Move away and get out of this type of neighborhood setting. Go live in a trailer in the woods or something with your wild animal kid. Nobody wants you living here, and they don't have the guts to tell you. Do the right thing and move, or euthanize him. Either way, we are all better off. Sincerely, one pissed off mother. That letter, in my opinion, was horrible to read. I had the guts to read it to you, but I felt horrible reading it. I'm sorry I did read it, but at the same time, for my viewers, you need to know what was that letter saying. Because to fully understand what's going on here, you needed to hear what the letter said. And I felt that it's despicable, it's disgusting. This lady, this one pissed off mother, doesn't care about anyone else but herself and her family. And she just wants a normal life. You know what? There is no such thing as a normal life. Get it through your frickin' head. And I'm sorry about the swearing, but I'm just pissed off right now that some unforgiving person can write this hateful letter. And you think signing it one pissed off mother is going to cut it? No. The police will find you, and they will charge you for this hateful act. You know? Don't be a coward. Go to the police and tell them that you wrote that letter. You know? I know you're probably smart enough and you probably will not do that. But for the sake of everybody, you need to turn yourself into the police. I'm sorry. You know, you don't belong doing this kind of stuff. By writing this letter, you are a bully. Nothing but a bully. You know? It's just wrong. I was picked on a lot in school. You understand that. But I try to stand up for myself too. Or if it got a little bit too hard, I reported it to somebody. You know? I have the courage to stand up for what people have to say. You know? And I know that some of the things that people have said to me in the past have been hurtful. But nothing like this letter that you obviously took the time to write. That you should have been spending with your own kids instead of writing this stupid letter. You know? You realize that this is now worldwide attention here? Your story made it all around the world in the news. You realize that. You know? What kind of sick person are you to write this? You know? Not to mention, I also know some people that are on the autism spectrum, and I also know some parents who have children on the autism spectrum, and I respect them very well for what they are doing to raise awareness for autism. You know? I know a mom who is married to a guy who used to belong to a famous rock band. They have twin boys, 6 years old, who are on the autism spectrum. And I take a lot of courage for them. They have a lot of courage to stand up and say what's on their mind about autism and to raise awareness about it. I know another mom who been having problems raising her son that's on the spectrum too. But she has full custody of him now. And he's about 18 years old. Then I know another mom who has a son on the spectrum that plays a lot of sports in the Special Olympics. And he does pretty well for all of the sports that he has done. I know another mom of a daughter that's in high school. I know a guy who's a professional, who has a professional job, that has Asperger's. I know another guy, who works on antique cars and has written a book or two about living with Asperger's. You know? I know someone that's on the spectrum that was on The Amazing Race. I know someone that's on the spectrum that was on American Idol. I know someone that she likes to draw pictures and tell stories and make and create recipes for cooking. I'm very proud to call all these people my friends. And I'm very proud to help them out. Each and every single one of these people. Because that's what a community is all about. In the autism world, you know? We all help each other out. You know? And I'm glad that I know these people. Because they are good friends of mine. And when they saw this letter too, they were horrified to see it as well. You know? But nobody should have to put up with that. What kind of world are we living in? Do you think it's okay for someone to go around and bully somebody like this? I don't believe so. You know, it's not right to go around and bully someone and you don't even know what autism is all about. You know? It's just ridiculous. It's I can't even put it into words, the expression on how I feel. You know? But this hatefulness needs to stop. You know? Anyways, I do want to share with you the story, the news story that was on the City News in Toronto. And it says, a family is in shock and a community has united after an anonymous hate letter was written about a young boy living with severe autism. Carla Bagley told City News her son Max, 13, stays with his grandmother in the morning during the summertime. It was at that home in Newcastle where a letter was delivered on Friday. I was shaken when I was reading it, Brenda Molson, Max's grandmother, told City News. It's awful words. You don't know why somebody would ever do such a thing. The typed one-page letter refers to the young boy as a nuisance and a wild animal before suggesting the family move or euthanize the child. Bagley says the police have been contacted and should they have grounds, charges will be filed against the letter's author. So, according to the City News in Toronto, once this mom who wrote this letter is caught, she's going to face charges. And I'm proud of that the police are going to do something about it. You know, if I had a choice, if I was the judge in this case, you know what my sentence would be for her? Community service and to work at the autism walks and to speak about autism and learning more about it. You know? That would be community service forced on to the mother. You know? She shouldn't be getting away with this. This is ridiculous. Nobody in the right mind should be writing a letter, a hateful letter, I should say, about this to anybody. You think it's okay to do this? No. You know, our country has been through a lot. We've been through slavery. We've been through race wars. We have been through all types of stuff. But it's disrespectful to pick on anybody based on their disability, race, gender, anything like that. There is no need to do that. And I just hope that this mother who wrote this letter realizes what she has done. And if you are that mother of the hateful letter and you're watching this, I hope you get ready to apologize to everybody. Because, you have caused this much trouble in the world, The letter was not good, The letter was hateful. It was disgusting, And me reading that letter out loud to everybody made me upset. I did not enjoy reading that letter. So, I hope you get your day in court, my friend. Because you deserve it. And you should face the charges. You should face the music. You need to go to the police station and go tell them that you wrote that letter. Because it's ridiculous. Nobody should have to put up with that. Nobody should ever have to put up with anybody writing any disrespectful letters like that. And another comment about the letter, you suggest that you go bring the child to a park. I don't think that's a good idea either. Because the child will run off and the child will have a hard time understanding to stay in an area, and will get lost. You want that to happen? Nuh-uh. That's not right. And the noises that it makes, the noises that the child makes, they're normal sounds for somebody who's on the spectrum, like he is. That's the way he expresses himself. There is no other way for him to express himself right now. So it's very hard. It's very hard to raise a child on the spectrum. Nevertheless, I know some people who have 2 or 3 children on the spectrum. It's very hard for them to raise. It's very hard for them to raise them. Try to raise them in a normal setting. It's very hard. My parents had a hard time raising me. But they try to get this problem figured out and everything that needed to go on. It's very hard to raise a child in the spectrum. I can admit that. So, and I know a lot of people who have children on the spectrum. And it's very hard for them to raise the children on the spectrum like that, I know that there'll be doubters in this world. And there'll be people that write hateful letters like that in the world. I know that there'll be bullies in this world too. That don't understand about autism. And will pick on anybody that is autistic. Or on the spectrum itself. The world has becoming so... the world is becoming not so understanding about everything. I understand that the world is like this. But if we try to teach the world about what's going on, then the world will understand us and they'll respect it. But I am hoping that this mother who wrote this letter will go to the police and admit that she done this. And will go face the charges that she faces. And for the mother of the child who's on the spectrum, who has autism, that the letter has written, I feel your sorrow. I feel your pain. I understand what you've been going through. You know? Together we can get this done. You know? Together, the autism community can help you out here. And we'll support you all the way. You know? But anyways, it's time for me to go. I'll talk to you guys all later.